Folks, I am joined by right now one of the best wrestlers there is, X-Pac Sean Waltman, here for the 50 Legs fundraiser. Sean, how's it like being here today?
Well, I mean, it's such a beautiful day today for one thing, but what's really cool is the cause, is the reason why we're here, and that's, like you said, for the 50 Legs Foundation. You know, we had a golf tournament yesterday, and got to help out several victims from the Boston bombing, and that's to be able to do things like that, and you know, to be able to use our notoriety for something good, for a change. Maybe not for a change, because I've been doing this stuff for a while now. I've kind of gotten my crap together for a while, but it's just, you know, it's a really cool thing when you see you know, you can give to a charity, you know, a Susan B. Komen or something, and you know, you might get the feel good feeling of, you know, writing a check and send it in the mail or something, but this is like a real grassroots charity organization, and anything given, like, I mean, literally almost 100% of the money goes to the cause, and just to see some of these, and a lot of it's for little children. So, and I'm a real softie, man. I mean, I'm not afraid to tell you, I cry real easy, and it's such a cool thing to see these little kids make the progress from, like, you know, whether it's an accident or they had a birth defect or something, just to see the progress they make, you know, and really and truly, like, these days, prosthetics have come so far. A child can live a normal life and do normal things and just about anything. Literally, like the Blade Runner guy, you know, from was it Greece? Is that where he's from? The guy that's on trial for murder.
Yeah.
but like literally, that guy who was running had like a world record, you know, race or something. I mean, that's how good these prosthetics have gotten, and our mission is to get the very best prosthetics possible for these children, you know, because like the insurance companies, you know, let's face it, they're gonna get by with the cheapest thing they can give somebody, and we just want these kids to have the best possible, and not something that's not going to fit them in 2 months, or, you know, as they grow, because, you know, as a child grows, you know, obviously their bones are growing and they're going to need adjustments or new limbs, and so not only is it just a one-time thing, but it's, you know, we keep on helping these children, and not just children, adults too, and I'm just really honored to be a part of it.
And we're glad to have you here. I have to ask you, we've had you on the show a couple times. This is the first time we got to talk to you since the Raw 1000th episode, yeah. The return of DeGeneration X. Yeah. It is one of the greatest moments in WWE history. We got to see one of our favorite teams all together. You, the Outlaws, Triple H, Shawn Michaels. You have to tell me, brother, how was that experience like to come home, to reunite DeGeneration X?
It was an amazing experience. I saw like I think it was the top 100 moments in Raw history. I think they have one of their home videos, and luckily, like, thankfully, I was in several of the moments. But the one of them that I was surprised ended up on there so quick was the DX return on Raw 1000, and you know, Shawn and Hunter came out first. And I think the people just thought they were going to get that version of DX again, you know. And then, you know, they're like, well, then there used to be more of us. And all of a sudden we come out in the Jeep and in the army fatigues, and, you know, It was like a similar to the one that we crashed the party on WCW with, right?
Yeah.
So although we didn't really do a lot, it was just the fact that we were all together, and Sean, obviously China wasn't there, and no matter what kind of history we've had, like I would have liked to have seen her there, regardless of what she said about me or anything. Like, she was a huge part of it. So that was the only thing missing, really. But this just doesn't get any better than that. It really doesn't. I'm so blessed and that for my career and for my health. Like, a lot of the years in that last decade I spent in not too good a shape, and so I'm proud to be able to tell you that I'm in great health now, and my mind's in the right place again, and pretty soon I'm going to be healthy enough to pass the wellness test, and hopefully. Well, when I say that, I mean I contracted hepatitis C, and so now they have a cure for hepatitis C, and so I'll be getting rid of that pretty soon, and I predict that I'll be back in the WWE ring in the next couple of years.
Oh, man, we would love to see that. That would be so great. You're one of the guys that they used to have go up against, because they would say, let's put him against X-Pac. Let's see if they can do it. You used to be one of the guys who used to put you in the ring with to see how they do, the new guys coming in and stuff like that. So your knowledge has been so incredible. I remember your feuds with Jerry Lynn and Global. I remember all of your career. Do you think that you could train some of the new athletes today? You ever think about opening up a wrestling school or training some, using your knowledge as one of the best workers of all time and teaching a new generation of wrestlers?
Absolutely. And, it's funny you say that, because unofficially that was one of my jobs in WWE. Even when I was 1, 2, 3 kid, they kind of used me as the barometer to measure all the new guys that were coming in that they thought might have potential to have like a intercontinental title run. Having intercontinental title matches, or or world title matches. So if they got past me and had good matches with me, and I gave the thumbs up, then they would move on to Razor, and if they could get through Razor, then they'd move on to either Sean or Diesel or.
I heard Dean Douglas didn't score too good.
Yeah, and I hate to harp on that, because everybody always brings that up, and. He didn't. He had a lot of things going against him, and when you first come to WWF or WWE, it's overwhelming, just because we perform at such a high level that just about anybody that comes in there at first is going to be overwhelmed, and I think he was a little overwhelmed at our schedule and the fact that we still performed at that high of a level every night, and he was strapped with the shitty gimmick, with that Dean Douglas gimmick. You can't, gotta cut him some slack for that.
He was better in ECW.
But at the same time, he still could have done way better, and sometimes you do have to look in the mirror, when you're blaming people. I know all my downfalls. I can track them all right back to good old me.
Yeah.
So
Let's talk about the Clique, the most powerful organization in professional wrestling, from DeGeneration X to the New World Order. You guys hanging out with each other, but you had so much power. But people just say you guys hanging out trying to help out the company under Vince McMahon's knowledge. What can you tell us about the Clique ruling the 90s of professional wrestling?
Well, all we were doing was having a good time and trying to bring the business, trying to bring our industry out of the funk that it was left in by the Hogan era and all the scandals that were going on, and just the new change. Obviously when you do the out with the old in with the new, you gotta reestablish. And it takes a long time to gain emotional equity from the fans, from the WWE or just the wrestling fans in general. And so we were there for that process, you know, the rebuilding process. And I think that we really, I say this with all humility, I still think we were a major reason for, you know, the business rising up out of that funk of the mid and early 90s and going on to greater heights than the business had ever seen before or since.
I totally agree. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been an honor. He is the one and only, the future Hall of Famer, X-Pac Sean Waltman, right here at the 50 Legs Fundraiser.